What's cracking, guys? Nick here from What Health, chiropractor and co-founder. So I'm going to talk through some little ways that you can sort of use some self-help techniques for your shoulder and neck pain throughout the day. If you're noticing that you're getting aches and pains throughout the day when you're at work, or just sitting around watching the TV, looking at your smartphone, which is the common one these days, or tech neck, as they're starting to call it now, very witty. So I'd like to show some ways that you can conquer that throughout the day. There's some nice stretches, nice activation exercises that you can do. There's some very particular clinically relevant muscles that tend to get involved with these type of issues. So certain muscles get switched off, certain muscles get overactivated, and this is all to do with sort of postural adaptations that your body goes through throughout your life, but also through the day. So most common ones that are tight include the upper trapezius muscles here, and your suboccipital muscles here, which are at the base of the skull and into the neck, which basically hold the skull onto the spine there. And also the pec muscles through the front here, often what we call hypertonic. Lots of little trigger points in each of these muscles, which can be pain producers. Common things people experience, sort of pain into the back of the neck here and into the shoulder. Sometimes what we call intrascapular pain, or sort of into the upper back, into the top of the shoulder here, the top of the shoulder blade. It's a common referral pattern for particular muscles and even joints and nerves in the neck. So those muscles are usually the tight ones. They can cause tension headaches, referrals up into the back of the head, or sometimes you get that bandy kind of tension through here and into your eyes, and also onto the occiput area, into the back of the head here. That can be to do with tight muscles in this area due to sort of faulty posture and an overactive musculature. So we need to switch on the muscles which are what we call the antagonistic muscles to those, essentially to offload them, which is a very key type of technique to a lot of what the base of physiotherapy and chiropractic is around. If one muscle is switched off, one's overactivated, you've got to kind of meet in the middle somewhere. So activating the muscles which are the antagonistic muscles to that, or the opposing muscles to that, is vital. Otherwise one gets really overactive and the other one becomes underactive, which becomes an issue. So from the point of view of what the muscles I've just spoken about, the antagonistic muscles to those, for the suboccipital muscles here, for the ones at the top of the neck, it will be the deep neck flexor muscles. There's a couple there called the longus coli and longus capitis. They sit deep to your throat and sit on the front of the spine, deep to your esophagus there. They're usually the ones where if someone's sort of sat there typing, you see this chin jutting forward, hyperextension through the neck. That's the common muscle group that is switched off, switched on. So too much switched on, too tight, switched off. So we need to kind of meet in the middle here somewhere. So there's a few exercises we can do for that. For the upper trapezius, they're elevators or shruggers of the shoulder. Obviously, therefore, we need the ones that are the depressors of the shoulder girdle. So things at the back like the lower trapezius, even the latissimus muscles, help to extend the shoulder girdle and drop it down and adduct the arms. So they're quite an important muscle group to offload these. So lower trapezius muscles are one that I'll be looking at quite extensively, and through the mid traps as well, to get that retraction. For the pectoralis muscles, yeah, you're looking at sort of mid to low traps again, which are very vital muscles in order to offload the front here. So we need to kind of stretch these muscles, the superficial muscles which are overly switched on, and we need to activate the muscles that are switched off, so the deep neck flexors, mid traps, low traps. So that'll be the sort of ways I'll be looking at sort of conquering this problem. Things like smartphones and technology. Obviously, we live in the 21st century. I'm using one now. It's on a tripod. Very, very, very 21st century. So if we can try and find ways of you looking at your phone, looking at your technology in a safe way, rather than sort of like this, as we all do now. Hanging your neck's kind of hanging forward like this, which is again over-activating those muscles I spoke about. So we're all kind of adapting into this kind of posture. We're all like this, sat forward like this, slumping down, whereas we can be up like this. And we can even use our smartphone here. So I've got my cover here, show you an example. So most of us, we kind of do this, don't we? We're looking down at the phone and kind of typing away like this, you know. I can feel tension at the back of my neck just here. If we bring the phone to us, drop the shoulders back and down, and we're here. It's not the sexiest thing to do in the world, and people can be looking over your shoulder at what you're typing, but it's better for your shoulders and neck in this position here. You've got the stable base support, thumb support here, and we're just working through, and it's kind of sitting in the bowls of your hand, as opposed to down here, where everything's very passive. You're relying on things like your discs and your cartilage, and it becomes quite uncomfortable, and the muscles have to work extra hard to try and pull you back. So it's vital to think about more being here. Similarly with desk posture, you're sat at the desk. A lot of us have got like the desk too far forward, and we're kind of coming forward like this, chins jutting, the screen's downwards like this, and we're kind of looking down and forward all day, and the chin is tucked forward. You get this kind of concavity in the neck here, which can really tighten up these muscles here, and it makes you shrug the shoulders. Is if we can get like a sit to stand desk, where we're standing up nice and tall, screens at eye line, or even a good quality chair that moves up and down, good back support, screen at eye level, so you can either put on a few books or likes thereof. You can get these things available for things like Amazon, where they actually lift up your screen or laptop so it sits at eye level. And just make sure that the shoulders are back and down. Obviously, don't overdo it, but just try and make sure everything's here and is a good level with each other, as opposed to sort of this position. It's still things to think about throughout the day. I'm going to show you some ways of stretching out the neck and shoulders. So we're going to start with the upper trapezius muscles here. So we're going to anchor the arm down on the chair, essentially just anchoring the arm down here. We're going to lean away, we're going to look away, and we're going to look down. And you're going to feel a stretch through here. You might see some of those muscles stretching here for me. I'm just going to do a few breath cycles through there. We're going to hold 20 to 30 seconds. Nice stretch. Repeat on the other side, looking down and away. This stretches a muscle called your levator scapula, but you can also sort of get a bit of scalene muscle, which are these kind of bandy ones here, and a bit of trapezius muscle too. I'm just going to stretch through, just feeling that 20 to 30 seconds again. If you want to solely get the upper trapezius, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to look back towards, and then we're going to stretch over. You'll feel that kind of through here, and you may just see that muscle here really, really stretching. You're just rotating the head back slightly. The same thing applies, still bringing the ears to the shoulder, but you're just rotating that through, and just feeling that stretch. A few breath cycles again, 20 to 30 seconds, and repeat that on the other side. Stretch. Again, 20 to 30 seconds. Probably see that through here, stretching nicely in the upper trapezius muscle. Good. With that in mind, we're then going to do some chin retraction exercises. So the best way to do that, side on here, sit back nice and tall into the chair, shoulders back and down in this position here. And we're going to be bringing the ears back in line with the shoulders by not nodding, but by retracting. Imagine giving yourself a bit of a double chin. It's not attractive. Maybe don't do it in public. I'm just holding that there. I'm going to hold for 10 seconds. I'm going to ease. I'm going to go again. Retract, keeping those shoulders back and down. You see that we're just creating that movement. It's very subtle, and it's retraction. Holding 10 seconds or so, and we'll repeat that 10 times. With any of these, with the stretches included, do them when you feel like it. If it's every hour, so be it. If it's every 2 hours, so be it. Just to remind yourself, try and make it become habitual throughout your working day. Good. One that complements that is the Brugger's relief position. So a guy called Brugger came up with it, don't know his first name, but essentially it's a desk technique to try and improve diaphragmatic breathing, but also to relax some of those muscles that get tightened up throughout the day. When you feel like you've done 50 phone calls in a row, you've been typing up, whatever, and you just feel like everything's up here, it's a good little de-stressor as well. So you bring the palms back and down, tuck the chin in, and we're going to take a deep breath inwards, and we're going to hold it for about 10 seconds. We're going to go. And as you breathe out, you maintain that position. You feel a stretch all the way through here, shoulders are dropped. You repeat that 5 cycles. That's a really nice way. Pressing a reset button throughout the day. Just press the little thing that makes you go, oh, I can relax these off again. You're ready to start. Obviously, we like to suggest to people that they get up and move, particularly if you are a desk worker, working from home on the kitchen top. Get up and move every half an hour to 45 minutes. Get up and make yourself a drink, have a walk around the office a bit, just to sort of shake everything off and reset yourself. But that's a good way, if you can't get away from the desk, that's a good way to do it. It will take you about 30, 40, 50 seconds to do it, easy peasy. Pec stretch. So we're going to be focused on the pectoralis minor, which are responsible for that internal rotation of the humerus there and protraction of the shoulder, this area here. So when you see people walking around like this, like that, it's because of these. Right, so we need to try and stretch these out. I'll do this for about 30 seconds. Each arm, I'll do a pec minor and a pec major. So the pec minor stretch is like this. So you've got a bent arm against the door frame. I've got a very convenient banister here. But just turning and gentle rotation through, and you just feel a nice stretch through here. Hold for 30 seconds. Just really pushing through that gentle twist, keeping that arm there. Just helps to drop those back and down. Same again, the other side, twist, nice stretch, 30 seconds, bent arm. As I say, flat arm as well, stretch through, pec major stretch all the way through here. Good little resetter. Same again, this side, stretch. Really important, try and bring those shoulders back and down. I'll show you a way you can activate the lower trapezius muscle. You can add weights to this. Just to begin with, don't. Just make sure that you're getting the movement right. So it's really getting the activation of the lower trapezius. So you're going to be both arms out, not this way, not all the way up. So this is 0, not a 0. Not at 90 degrees, at 45. So kind of diagonally out in front of you. Nice and relaxed through here. And you're essentially with your thumb pointing towards the ceiling, you're just bringing them up. You hold in there for about 3 seconds, back down. Then up, back down. And you repeat that 10 times. Back down. Up, back down. Up, back down. Another way of activating the lower trapezius is Y exercises on a wall, YMCA. So, against the wall, face against the wall, arms up in the Y position, like this, nose almost touching the wall, feet a couple of inches from the wall. And what we're going to be doing is keeping your arms in contact with the wall to begin with. You're going to be coming through the shoulder girdle. It's not a bend in the elbow, it's an up. So it's an upwards, like this. We're going to drop down, so it's not a bend in the elbow again, it's a up, drop, off, back on, up, drop, off, back on, up, drop, off. And what that does, it'll activate the lower traps, which helps again to bring the shoulders back and down. Really effective way of doing that. Some people like to add a band, make it really difficult for themselves. They're pulling a band to tension out this way, if you can imagine that, and it's up, down, off. and we're going to repeat that 10 times with 3 sets of that. Everything that I say, everything that applies to it, it's probably 3 sets of it, working in that kind of endurance range, sort of like 10 to 15 repetitions to try and get that real activation in those muscles. So just to recap, we've got the deep neck flexor activation, so the chin retractions, we've got the upper trapezius stretches, the pectoralis stretches, and we've got the lower trapezius exercises. And they're all very effective, as well as the Brugger's relief and your general desk posture and the foam situation, trying to bring that up to you rather than going down to it. So all vital for taking tension away from the shoulder girdle and the neck girdle. So hopefully you find this helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, recommend to friends, slag me off, whatever you want to do. But please have an active involvement on our channel. It's really helpful for us. And thanks again.